Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Killed Cheese.
Do-do-do-do. Do.
I like it.
You like it? It's
Yeah.
pretty good. Have it longer, have shorter ones. It's fine. Today, Libby can read us a story, of course. But first, our creepy
fact.
creepy fact of the day. This one's fucked up.
We're all fucked up.
Well, we're about to find out if it's worse than the other one.
Okay.
There's a rare psychiatric disorder called Capgras delusion, where you think your family and friends have been replaced by imposters. There's this part of your brain that recognizes faces and the part that stores memories and feelings associated with a person. In a normally functioning brain, when you see a person you recognize, your brain looks up at the feelings associated with that person. In Capgras, that process fails. So when you see someone you know and love, you get this strong sense that this doesn't feel like the same person. So your brain reconciles that disconnect by concluding that the person must be an imposter or duplicate.
That would be
So
terrifying.
everybody you know is just like, there's just something off.
That would be so terrifying.
So your whole life, everybody you know is, nope.
It's like constantly living in Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Is it worse than no sleep, though? The last one? I think no sleep's worse.
I don't
Well,
know.
no
I think they're both like equally. They both ruin your life.
They're both the kind of same problem.
Yeah. One's
Delusion.
like hallucinating due to lack of sleep, and then the other one's just
Everybody's
hallucinating. That's crazy.
no bueno. But okay. What is our story today?
It's called My Girlfriend Was Diagnosed with Early Onset Dementia. I didn't think it could get this bad.
Oof, poor
This
guy.
is another Reddit poll from the No Sleep thread, so you know this one's gonna be fucked. It's by the Happy Programmer 1177.
Great name. We love that name.
Happy Programmer.
I think he's happy programming. Bad to say.
I think so.
Well, let's hear it.
It started off small. My girlfriend Steph would forget little details, things we brought up in conversation before. She'd repeat her thoughts or ask me the same questions over and over again. When she started to forget what she was doing or why she was doing something, I convinced her to go to the doctor. She was embarrassed and didn't want to admit it, but even she knew something was wrong. The doctor said it was early onset dementia.
That would fucking be awful.
Yeah.
You just forget what you're just doing something like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? What the fuck?
I think Steph was scared that I was going to leave her after she got diagnosed. We were still young, and she knew that I had my whole life ahead of me. She never said it out loud, but I could see it in her behavior. She might not have remembered her diagnosis, but she could tell that she was losing herself, that something wasn't quite right. She spent nights sobbing in my arms about how she felt different, empty. I'll never forget the way she described it. It's like someone else is living my life, and I have no clue what they do.
That just sounds fucking miserable.
I know. That almost sounds like, I don't know, it almost sounds like it could be like multiple personality disorder too, but I know that it's a lot of symptoms missing from that, but that's when she began to push people away. Friends, family, pretty much anyone but me. Instead of working, reading, or painting like she used to, she remained curled up in bed, glued to her phone.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No. For a while, it was fine. She was going through a hard time, and I loved her. I wanted Steph to know that I wasn't going anywhere. After all, she was my girlfriend. When the doctor said there would be personality changes, it was fine. I thought that no matter how she changed, she would still be the Steph I fell in love with, that I would be able to see her true self even as things got worse.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah,
We know it can get much worse.
Yeah. The real problem started a few months ago, shortly after I got home from work. I just started preparing dinner when I got a text from Steph. Come upstairs.
Maybe not.
I turned off the stove, realizing that I hadn't checked up on her as soon as I had arrived home. It had been a long day at work and my mind was preoccupied. Drying my hands, I headed up to our bedroom where I could usually find her. Hey babe, what's up? I asked, but Steph wasn't there.
Nope. Here we go.
I searched around the room. I checked under the bed, in the closet, in the bathroom, but she was nowhere to be seen. Where are you? I texted back. It showed that she read the message, but she didn't respond. I checked her location on my phone, slightly concerned that she might have left the house. Once she had been diagnosed, I made sure that I'd be able to see where she was at all times. Steph resisted initially, but deep down I think she knew it was for her own well-being. I spent the next few minutes searching around upstairs for her, but when I could no longer find her, I returned to the kitchen. Wherever she was, she would come out eventually. I froze. The stovetop was on again. I distinctly remember turning it off.
So she's there somewhere.
I don't like that. Steph, I called out. She must have been here. Who else would have turned the stove on?
Oh, Jesus.
But I heard nothing in response. I pulled out my phone again, zooming in closer on her location. Our icons were nearly overlapping. She couldn't have been more than a few feet away. I called out her name again, but still I heard nothing. That's when I began frantically searching for her. Maybe she left the house and forgot her phone? That would be even worse. She'd have no way of calling for help. If I could just find her phone, then maybe I could track her down from there. I decided to call her just to see where it was. That's when I heard the familiar tune coming from inside one of our cabinets.
Oh, no.
The one right next to our sink.
She's in the fucking cabinet.
What is she doing leaving it there?
Oh, Lord. She's not leaving it there. She's in there.
So creepy. I froze. When I swung the cabinet door open, I was expecting to see the phone there. I thought maybe it'd be sitting on the bottom with all the old sponges and cleaning supplies. I was not expecting to see Steph crammed inside the cabinet, all her limbs at odd angles. Her body was knotted and twisted in ways I'd never seen before.
Fuck you. Nope. This is when you just close the cabinet and you leave. Goodbye. I'm kidding. You can't do that, but still.
That's
creepy as fuck.
Cool. Hi, James. Steph breathed out.
Uh-oh. Hi, James. Nothing's happened here. Hi. You found me.
It sounded almost like she was excited I found her.
Oh, my. It's like hide and seek. There you go.
Like it was some sort of game. Her glassy eyes stared past me, something she'd been doing much more frequently whenever she spoke to me. Her lips were upturned into a subtle smile. I was too baffled to move. Steph should not have been able to contort like this. Any grown adult would have been far too big to fit in a space like that. Yet she showed no signs of pain, only enjoyment.
Well, some people can get in little small shapes. That's not technically true.
I don't know. I rushed forward, cupping her cheeks in my hand. Her head was bent at an odd angle, and a line of drool ran down her face. I quickly wiped it away. Steph, what are you doing in there? Let's get you out. I reached for her arm as I guided her out of the cabinet, trying to hide the fear in my voice. Steph didn't protest as I worked her from the space slowly, undoing limb after limb. As we made progress, I could hear the cracks in her body from sitting uncomfortably for so long. But Steph didn't show any pain or emotion. This was worse than I'd thought. I'd have to call Dr. Yoshihara.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Tonight about updating her prescription. I didn't say anything about how dangerous Steph was being, about how she could hurt herself. I was too horrified to speak, but Steph broke the silence first. What's for dinner? Her tone was so casual that it caught me off guard. It was as if nothing abnormal had happened. Maybe she didn't remember.
Oh, you can tell where this is going. Not good.
I was going to make some chicken Alfredo, your favorite. Why don't you sit on the couch for a bit? I can light up the fireplace so you're nice and cozy. Bad idea. Immediately no.
What do you mean? She ain't gonna jump in the fire or something. Well, she might. Never know.
Bad idea. A change of scenery from the bedroom might be nice. I didn't include that I wanted to keep an eye on her as well. Steph nodded and moved towards the couch. She grabbed one of the pillows, taking her seat in my spot. It was such a small detail, but it hit me like a truck. Steph's favorite spot on the couch was the rightmost part. She always said that it was more comfortable, that the stuffing of the cushions was softer there. She knew that I preferred the right-hand side, and they eventually ended up being our assigned sections of the couch. It was the first time I'd seen her sit on my side. I told myself it didn't matter, but it felt wrong. Steph loved the other side. Steph, honey, why don't you sit on the other side of the couch? You always said you preferred it. I like this side, she responded. Her eyes followed me, but I could see that she was looking past me.
This is getting creepy.
I didn't protest. It wasn't until a few weeks later I was sitting on the porch reading a book with Steph when it happened again. Once Dr. Yoshishara adjusted her medication. Fuck. That name is like really fucking me up.
Dr. Y, we'll call him.
Dr. Y. Once Dr. Y adjusted her medication, I figured things would be better. It was a beautiful sunny day out, and I poured us both glasses of lemonade to sip on while I read one of her favorite novels to her. About 15 minutes in, Steph abruptly got up and walked into the house without saying a word. I figured she was going to use the bathroom and decided to stay where I was and soak up a little more sun. About a minute went by before I received a text from her. "Can you come help me with something?" I closed my book and immediately went inside. The house was silent. Maybe she's in the bathroom, but when I checked, it was empty.
Oh, here we go again.
"Where are you?" I texted back. "Come find me."
Oh, no. Fuck that.
Check the cabinets first.
Probably.
My mind flashed back to the incident that occurred a few weeks ago. I thought of her knotted body inside the cabinet. No, Dr. Y upped her dosage. There's no way it could happen twice, right? But my gut told me otherwise. I began searching through every hiding spot I could imagine. I was beginning to give up. I swear I had searched the entire house, going through closets, cabinets, even under the bed. I was rooting through the linen closet when I heard a giggle from downstairs. It was soft. It sounded like Steph's old laugh. A door slammed shut.
Oh, fuck no. You hear a giggle and then door slams shut, you're like,
Ugh.
No, no.
I whipped my head around and raced downstairs. My heart thumped as I once again thought of her crammed into the cabinet. This game was too dangerous to keep playing. It was only when I entered the kitchen that I saw it. The oven was on.
Don't tell me she's in the fucking oven with it on. Please, just don't.
Okay. What the fuck? My breath hitched in my throat as I made a beeline toward it. I knew I was going fast, but it was as if time had warped in every moment so that seconds felt like minutes. Please, please don't let Steph be in there. My slick hands reached for the handle, yanking the oven door open as a warm blast of air met my face. And there she was, limbs tangled once again to fit inside the oven. I let out a yelp. There was no way she was able to do this alone.
What? What? You think somebody's hiding in there, putting her in her fucking oven?
Well, how do you, I guess if
There's contortionists that can fucking get in crazy ass shapes.
True.
But if he's never seen her do any of that before, how can she do it now?
I don't know.
Is there somebody? You think there's somebody else hiding, putting her in shit? Like the fuck?
There's no way. Steph's empty gaze once again met mine, a small smile on her face. She showed no signs of discomfort at the heat or her contortion. Her voice had a surprising amount of clarity for someone who was in a space they shouldn't have been able to fit in. "You found me." "Steph, what the hell are you doing in there?" I reached up to turn the oven off before turning my attention back to my girlfriend. Her eyes, once so beautiful to me, now looked empty. One of her legs... Oh, sorry.
No, she's just gone. To her, it's just gone on the inside, I think.
Yeah. One of her legs was wrapped around the base of her neck while her toes jutted out in strange angles. What the fuck? Her leg wrapped around her neck? When I was thinking like contorting or whatever.
I thought she was like being a ball.
Yeah, or like I don't know, like something just kind of.
How'd she shut the oven?
Yeah.
Most ovens are like just smooth and glass in the back.
You can I guess you can grab the edge of it and pull it
Oh,
up
it's like,
and it'll like snap shut
yeah,
by
you're
itself.
right.
But
oh, the door slamming shut. There you go. That makes sense.
one of her legs was wrapped around the base of her neck while her toes jutted out at strange angles. Her arms disappeared between the mess of legs and torso her body had become. She was completely folded over, twice. Even a contortionist of Steph's size shouldn't be able to fit in there. How on earth did she do it?
Well, I answered that question.
I tried to undo her tangled limbs, but there wasn't enough room. I would have to pull her out of the oven first. Oh God, I couldn't do that. The thought of her skin scraping against the metal rack, it was going to hurt. I didn't sign up to get my girlfriend out of a hot oven. The Steph I knew a year ago never would have done this. Who had she become?
Not Steph.
But there was no time to hesitate. Slowly, I pulled her out, making sure that I was handling her gently. But at the same time, that same smile remained plastered on her face.
That's fucked. You're pulling her out, scraping her, and she's just like, hey.
With cracking joints that sent my heart racing, she began undoing the knots she had folded herself into as I pulled her out. I wanted to vomit. That night, I called Dr. Y and described the incident in detail.
Finally, you told him what the fuck's going on.
For real. I hated that I was talking to Steph's doctor behind her back, but this wasn't normal. It was dangerous and fucking terrifying.
True.
But deep down inside, it just wasn't about Steph. I needed someone else to hear this madness. I can tell this is taking a huge toll on you, James, Dr. Y said. I just don't know what to do. I don't want Steph to hurt herself, but I can't watch over her every second. Maybe it's time to consider getting some external support. Just hearing about these incidents makes me think that her mental capabilities might have declined significantly. It may be outside of your ability to continue caring for her.
Absolutely. At that point,
You think?
she needs help.
When it starts concerning anyone's personal safety,
You gotta get
the
help.
patient, anyone else in the house, like that's, yeah, you gotta have someone else help you. It's not like giving up on anyone. It's just sincerely, you gotta make sure that everyone's safe.
And she's not safe.
No.
Not anymore.
No. Her offer sounded tempting. I love Steph, but it was exhausting having to re-explain things to her constantly, to watch her every move and tell her what she liked and didn't like. I didn't want to remind her of who she was anymore. It felt like I was begging for the old Steph to come back, but she was dead, long gone. Once she had been diagnosed, Steph made me promise that I would take care of her, that she wouldn't end up in the hands of strangers or in a home.
Okay, how can you make somebody promise that?
That's
when you
what I'm
know you're gonna
saying.
be gone.
They're not like married or anything. Like this is like boyfriend girlfriend situation.
That's too much to ask somebody.
Yeah. She'd read stories online about how they could abuse their patients. It scared her. I owed it to Steph to respect her wishes for as long as I possibly could. It's what the old her would have wanted.
Buddy, she was in the fucking oven.
That's what I'm saying.
With it on.
Like let's not lose sight.
She was
of what
cooking
was
herself
going
like a fucking turkey.
For real.
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah. So let's not lose sight of the situation here. I'm sorry, doctor. I promised her I wouldn't. I understand. You're a good boyfriend for respecting her wishes, but if it gets out of hand, there's resources available. Bring her into the office and we'll run a few more tests, but I can't say that much can be done about this sort of behavior without professionals.
True.
No shit. Over the next few months, I began to keep a closer eye on Steph. Her disappearances became more frequent. Whenever she could, Steph would... Oh my God. I can't, talk today. I need some more coffee, I think. Whenever she could, Steph would slip out of my sight and send me a message prompting me to find her. She preferred small spaces. The smaller, the better. I catch her trying to climb into the vents, sinks, and even the laundry machine one time.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Get fucking help. What are we doing? The fucking laundry machine?
I know. Each find was more terrifying than the last. Not because of where she was hiding, but because of what could have happened. Her luck would run out eventually, and one wrong move would leave her dead. Maybe she'd cut herself or break a rib by hiding in a place too small and puncture her lung. I didn't know what was coming, but I knew it was getting out of control.
I mean, I don't think it's got much worse. The oven being on was the worst one so far.
That and...
Like you're cooking yourself, literally. I mean, the laundry machine could probably kill you too. But the oven, that's the worst one.
It felt like I was betraying her when I finally decided to reach out to assisted living facilities. But I'd done everything in my power to keep her safe, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I was exhausted. I knew I would be giving up a portion of my life to take care of Steph when she was diagnosed, but it was taking a huge toll on me. I was fired when I could no longer go to the office to work. I never called my parents, and I declined invitations to go out with friends. I couldn't sleep without waking up to see if Steph was still beside me. Every moment of my life revolved around making sure that Steph wouldn't hurt herself, ultimately distancing me from the people I needed most. It was a humid summer day when Steph went missing. I had spent all day looking at different facilities trying to find the perfect place for her. One place in particular piqued my interest. It was close to here, the building looked clean and well maintained, and there were professionals on standby 24/7. I'd given them a call during the day, but they hadn't picked up. That night, Steph and I ate dinner in silence. She would barely eat. I'd made chicken Alfredo again, hoping that it would spark her appetite, but I don't think she liked it anymore. I watched as she took slow bites, a vacant expression on her face as she chewed. Steph used to devour this dish when we first started dating. She always said that it tasted better than any restaurant's, and I'd respond that it was because it was made with extra love.
Oh.
I was just about to ask her how the food was when my phone rang. It was the facility I'd called earlier. I excused myself from the table and stepped out onto the patio, making sure that I could still see her through the windows as I picked up the call. I explained the situation to them and inquired about the pricing. I swear I didn't look away for more than a few seconds, but when I looked up again, Steph was no longer sitting at the dinner table. Terrified, I hung up quickly, saying I'd call them back as soon as I dealt with an urgent matter.
Here we go again.
My phone dinged. Come find me.
Oh, fucking Christ.
I scoured the entire house multiple times. Calls and texts stopped coming through, and I could no longer see her location on my phone. After I spent hours looking through every crack and crevice in the building, I finally decided to call the police. They checked every inch of the house from top to bottom. They searched all of the spots she used to visit before she was diagnosed with dementia, even her childhood home, but nobody was able to find her. Friends and family joined in on the search, just as distraught as I was. I never had the heart to tell anybody outside of the police about the places she'd been hiding before she went missing. I knew it was an important detail, but I wanted her to be remembered as the beautiful Steph that I had fallen in love with, not an empty shell that liked to twist her way into dangerous places. It's been around 2 weeks since Steph went missing, and a weird stench has begun to permeate through the house, like rotten meat. Oh my God. Ever since the smell got worse, I haven't been able to bring myself to find her. I knew she was here, inside the house, because Steph refused to leave as her condition worsened. I knew she was in the living room, because that's where it smelled the worst. And now I know she's in the chimney, because that's where the maggots keep coming from. Nobody ever checked the chimney, but I'm scared, too scared to see the infested remains of the one person I once loved more than anything in the world. I'm too scared to think about what was going through her mind as she decided to stay there until her last breath. And I'm even more scared now, after receiving a text from her. Hello, James. Come find me. Come find me. Come find me. I'm starting to think it's something worse than dementia.
So she's not dead, I think.
Or she was, possessed.
Or she killed something and put it in the chimney.
Maybe. So I'm saying that
and she's just slowly eating the rotting thing.
Yeah. Or she, like you said, or she's somewhere else completely. And there's something else dead in the chimney that you're just not cleaning out.
How's she in the chimney? You can't just sit there in the chimney. Chimneys are straight up and down. Even angled chimneys don't work like that. How the fuck are you going to sit in the chimney?
How did she get in all the other places that she was?
You ain't fucking lying. I don't know. It's just
Creepy.
Oh, there we go. First one.
Professional chimney sweeper here. This is not that uncommon in certain latitudes. Normally, the biggest challenge is to ensure that maggots stay inside of the chimney rather than infest the whole house. A cheap, affordable solution is to hang a chain of garlic cloves around the opening. Also, it is worth investing into cleaning and exorcist services.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm not saying she's a zombie, but...
Possible. ...
Professional chimney sweep here. What's your phone number so I know not to answer it if you call?
I don't blame him.
I'm starting to think it's something worse than dementia. How astute of you.
I would have been there after the fucking oven.
So sorry, James. Dismount the entire chimney and bury it 12 feet deep. Honestly surprised that nobody thought to check the chimney.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you check the chimney? I mean, come on now. She hid in the oven.
Literally.
Okay, you finding we're good? We're good.
I think we're good. Gonna have to upgrade your phone plan to unlimited if she keeps it up. I can't imagine you'll be rid of her easily.
Yeah, she's there forever.
Yeah.
So fucked up. I think the cabinet, weird, yes, but once she hit the oven, got in the oven, she should have went to a home immediately.
The oven was like, yeah.
The
oven was
cabinet's
the
a little
worst.
weird, but you're like, kids are weird. Maybe she's like going back to like a kid's personality.
Yeah.
But the oven being gone, yeah, no.
Yeah, she literally turned the oven on,
Then got in.
in, shut the door. Like, bro.
It was giggling.
Hello. Her legs up. Like, hello.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well,
All right. Well, happy Saturday, everybody.
happy Saturday.
We will see y'all on Wednesday.